Hi love, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chi. So continuing this hairstyle by braided underscore underscore on Instagram. I made a single tutorial of how to make one of the butterflies on my channel and had it on a mannequin in my salon, and everybody was admiring it until people started telling me that they were going to come and do the full hairstyle. And I know that from designs, if you've not tried it before, you can just fall your hand. From the one she uploaded, I don't know if she did this knowingly or not, but at the top you can see some of the butterflies are not even, and then that other triangle on top, I didn't know if she did this knowingly or not, but it made me panic because I know that you can decide to try this hairstyle for the first time on someone's hair and just make a fool of yourself. So I knew that before my first client who wanted to make the hairstyle, before she comes, I needed to practice on a mannequin and make sure that I have, just to make sure that all the butterflies are going to end up fitting properly into the head without me having to make adjustments to any adjustments. So of course I tried it, and as I thought, I came across several challenges, but I figured out how to make all the butterflies fit in, look even, and look perfect, like as beautiful as our mentor or I don't know. So to start off, this was the way I figured out how to section the hair. I pre-sectioned the hair to make sure everything is going to fit in. I will encourage you, if you are not an expert and you are not willing to try on your own and find out, then just watch this video and learn from my mistakes. The places that are going to be of interest are, you see this top section where I am parting the hair now. The four butterflies that are going to be at the top are the most important. That is where the beauty of the hair is. So this is what all the sections look like. I had 13 boxes and everything was perfect. Now let's demonstrate the first butterfly on a perfect box without any bended edges. And I will start by sharing the
Into four
box into four.
sections. Now you part from the top to the bottom straight. Get it as equal as you can. And after that, we are going to section across. But this time the top section is slightly larger, so this is the middle. I am just going to add a little bit more to the top, so the top one is bigger because it is going to contain both the antenna and the top wing. So repeat for the other half until you have four sections. Once your four sections are ready, we are going to start on the lower right wing. Cut it from the middle of the butterfly to the downwards outside, so from the stomach outwards towards the wing. Then start braiding from the inner side of the wing down, around, and upwards towards the tummy or towards the middle. You might want to subscribe if you like all these kind of designs. On my channel, I have braid designs of flowers, hearts, crowns, star, other butterflies, all the numbers from 0 to 9, alphabets from A all the way to Z. Like, I have tried a lot of braided designs. You should check them out and subscribe for more because that's a hobby of mine. I have a total of about 13 butterflies on this hairstyle, but you cannot braid 13 butterflies and remain the same. I tried varying the angles I braided it from, like the angles I started braiding the different wings from. Like, I was trying different things to see how it will look and which format is going to be the best, and trust me, you will be interested in seeing that. I have previously tried this on a mannequin head on my. If you want to watch that one, you can also watch it. The way I braided the butterfly is slightly different from this technique, and sincerely I don't think I have a preference, but they came out slightly different. So if you want to see that, you can, it will be linked immediately this video, or you, to be linked in the description bar already, so you can check that out. So now we are creating the second antenna. Go from the sharp end of the top, curve downwards towards like the shoulder of the butterfly. You're going to go down, but not all the way to the middle of the top quarters. Okay, so now you're going to braid the antenna just like this. Once you are done braiding the antenna, you make a line from the tummy to the upper wings upwards, and you braid again just as you're going to see me do. And I am joining the two antennas together, because if you don't join them, sometimes when you are done, the antennas are going to stand apart and it will look like a cockroach antenna, not a butterfly. It won't look cute, it will look like a pest. So that's that. And so you braid from down. So when I was saying I tried different ways, I braided. Now I am braiding from the right, or from the top round to the bottom. Other times I tried braiding from the bottom round to the top. Like, there was slight difference in the butterfly, and it can affect how pretty, how delicate or serious, how, I don't know, like, it affects different things in the butterfly. It looks slightly different, but you might not be able, if you just look at the design from a distance, you might not be able to tell. But if you have them side by side, or you just know that this technique looks prettier and this one looks this one, and you know, those kind of things. If you have thinning edges and you're braiding the butterfly very close to the edge, it might influence where you want to start braiding from, and it can determine if you're to use a little extension, hair extension in the braids, like those kind of things. But we keep moving, and after this you're supposed to have five braid parts. So two from the lower wings, two from the top wings, and then the antenna braided together. And now it's time. Oh, I opened the wings and it looked so cute. It's time for the hair extension. If you are using hair extension, if you're not using hair extension and it's like for a child, you can braid all those ones together. Just lose them up to where you can braid them and add beads or incorporate it into the hairstyle. So this is the way I am doing this and feeding in my hair extension. I also tried this on a little girl. If you want to see, I will again link it to the end of this video. But this is how I feed in. See, one challenge you're going to have, because the tails of the braids are already pre-braided, it's going to just be so lumpy and like crooked. So trying to get these parts with jumbo braid on it even and straight was like a pain in the ass. It's just like, that's why I can see me feeding in my hair extension randomly whenever I feel as if one of the three sections is smaller than the others. I feed in from my left or my right. I don't want to wait until I can feed in from the right, from the right, from the right. No, whichever side is small, I feed it until I was able to stabilize the braid, and then I proceeded to braid that. Is because when you look at the video she uploaded and the pictures, when the model had her head down, like those four butterflies facing each other, like the two on the left and right facing each other, was so beautiful. Like, it was just amazing. That side is like the most beautiful part of it. So guys, now we are going to braid one of those middle ones next, and I will speak through it so that everything will be clear. Shear into two from top to bottom, shear each half into two, making the top part a little bit bigger, then curve out the antenna, braid the antenna inwards and down, then you repeat on the other side. Shear into two. Remember, the antenna doesn't get all the way into the middle of this box we are braiding on, so braid again. Make sure the line at the center of the head is clean. It adds to the beauty. So we section off the first box, braid from the lower part all the way, turning upwards. In some other instances, and also in braided underscore underscores video, she braided from
the top of the top wings to the bottom, but you can see here I am braiding from the bottom to the top. It makes the wing bigger at the top. But every single time I braided the lower wing, I braided from the underbelly into the middle. So from the under down, turn around upwards into the middle. Okay. So the very important to remember, especially at these four butterflies, you have to try and make sure that your lines join together. We have six tails here. So you're going to watch how I make it into a box braid. So I use the two antennas as one leg, then the tail from the bottom wing on the two sides completes the three legs before I start braiding. When I go one circle, on the next circle I then added the tails from the top wings. Then the next circle I added hair extension. When I didn't do it this way, if you grab the antenna, the two antennas as one, wait, first listen. If you separate those two antennas and use them as two different legs of your three cornrow strands, it's going to make the antennas point away from each other, and I think it looks like an insect, not a cute butterfly. So I always have them together as one leg of my three strands, and then the two tails from the lower hand, from the lower section, forms the next two, and then I added the top one first. If you add the top one before the bottom one, you're going to have a demarcation between the two butterflies. It will be as if you used a knife to slice the butterfly into two between the wings and shifted it apart a little. It's going to add the lower tails first before you add the top one, so that it will form like a crisscross and block that space. Done with the butterfly on the left, when making the one on the right, make sure that your lines align. The line that divide the box into two down the center of the butterfly should align. The lines of the boxes should align. The lines half sharing the butterfly into two at the belly from left to right should align. Like aligning all these lines here is going to be the beauty of this thing. Now let's talk about this part that is curved and smaller. See, I was overthinking it until I braided the hair. You can see obviously this lower wing is going to be small and is going to have a weird shape because of the curve we make at the top of the crown to fit in the this thing. Don't bother yourself. After all, when you see some diagrams of butterflies, you're going to notice that the top wings is way bigger than the bottom wings. They don't have to be so equal. So don't stress yourself. That was something I was trying to compensate for before I let it go. And when I let it go and finish making the hair, I noticed that I didn't change anything in the butterfly. It only looks weird when you make the top wing to be bigger than the lower wing. I have not seen any species of butterfly that has a smaller top section than the bottom. It's going to look like something that is harmful, not a cute butterfly. So if that is a source of worry, you are welcome. What kind of say except you're welcome? So you can see all those lines aligning here Oh my god, like the two antennas meeting each other, meeting each other. You can try and make yours very pointed. I'm working on the mannequin, so these hairs are coming out from paws. Paws that are not as tiny as human artificial paws, so I cannot make things as pointed as I want. But if you try to match up the antennas to be pointy perfectly, make the lines fall in place perfectly neat, that is going to be the, oh my god, the mesmerizing power of your hairstyle. But just look at that. So you can see all the lines aligning, and the ones behind, these among these four center ones, the ones behind have tinier bottom wings, which is fine. So, and at some point, see, if you get confused, like at the point, I actually did that mistake of braiding an antenna from the wrong side before noticed when I was almost done, and then loosed it. So always look out for your client's nose and the center of her head. I don't know if it's because I'm working on a mannequin that I was getting confused at some point. But if you begin to see butterfly, 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 butterfly everywhere, butterfly, butterfly, just always look for that center piece where the antennas are facing is the center. You just continue working. But guys, I was tired of seeing butterflies. I was tired of seeing butterflies. Okay, coming soon also, you're going to see a point where I slowed down the video and showed you how to add the hair extension perfectly, because I know this is, if you're a beginner, if you're not an expert, that place is going to get you confused because you have the completely braided tail. When I say tail, I mean like the hair strands that you've braided already. So you're not like adding, making box braid from hair, individual hairs that you can just maneuver how you want. You have huge chunks and chunks and chunks of braided hairs. Oh, this is actually the one I thought I made slowly, but maybe I'll slow it down so that you can see. But that's, add your hair extension just as I did, then you will not have to worry about that. Some point, let me tell you guys, I was seeing so much butterflies, like everything was just looking butterfly, butterfly. It's intense. This hairstyle is intense. I don't understand how somebody sat down and decided to make this thing trend. This hair, you will keep running, like moving around your client, and your client has to be bending her, like the movement is just like you're moving and turning around, moving and turning around. If you want to make this style, better charge enough for it. Like I was exhausted at some point. I was tired of seeing butterflies. I was tired, but because I was doing this on a mannequin head and I was, of course, trying some things, I now felt like, what if I have some adjustments to this hairstyle? Because if you're not going to pay me well for this hair, I will not try it on any client unless I'm going to be well paid. But I now came up with adjustments for people who feel this is just too much. Maybe you want to try it on your kid and you're not ready to spend the whole day moving around in circles. I was able to make heart a heart design box braid. So instead of a butterfly in the box, I had a heart. Then another one, I had a dollar sign. Then the third one that I wanted to still look like a butterfly, I had a flower, like a three petals flower. And I can assure you, like I promise you, if you have just flowers inside this box, like a four petals flower is exactly like the butterfly without the antenna. So if you take out those two antennas from the butterfly, you're going to get a flower. But this is the hairstyle. If you like this, give me a thumbs up, share with someone who wouldn't like to see this. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Subscribe for more designs. I have heart, stars, and a lot of things. Bye. Really.